am the one, I am the one. Everybody duck. My pawns on my echo wood, then a loaded gun. I don't need to stun, cause I am the one. I do this for fun, I do this for fun. I am the one, I am the
What's going on, people? Welcome back to a lovely pre-recorded stream. And all I can say is today is a lovely day if you are an Arsenal fan. You sold your star to Mikel Arteta. You sold your star to Mikel Arteta. It's Friday then. It's a jolly mood, people. It's a jolly mood. It's a jolly mood. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. Oh my word, I can go on all day. But people, nonetheless, welcome to the channel. Love for the love. And you know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm sure you don't want to listen to my voice. I figured, you know what? Instead of me just yapping on and yapping and yapping and you listening, let me bring up some of the big dogs. So without further ado, allow me to bring in my brother from another mother. The one, the only, the man with the biggest smile, my brother, straight out of Old Trafford, Penny Blanco. What are you telling me, my G?
Ahoy, bro. Glad to be here. Glad to be back. A little sick with the flu, but the right to talk. We move. How are you, my man? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm in much better spirits than what
I can see so. You are a lot better than me. I can show you that. But I have a mask now. I'm fine.
Good. I'll have young Corona on you. You know what I mean? Like if you can see it there, like Van Diesel says.
We can't see it. We just saw fingers there now, my man. It's that back movement that you got here. That's what happens when you stream from the Emirates locker room.
I love for jumping on my brother. I appreciate it. And of course, he's my rival, but I love him nonetheless. He's one of the realest, realer than most that I know. The one, the only, Hotspur Bram. What are you telling me, my guy? Sit up when I'm talking to you, Bram.
I'm not going to sit up. I'll sit up when the season starts for now. How's it, guys? How's it, viewers? Everybody out there? I'm just glad to be back.
Just that sounds that it made now when you got up off that couch. Just that sounds, bro. It sounds painful. It sounds so.
It's the fix of the off season.
It is. It's a tough time for all of us, my man.
What have you guys been getting up to? What have you been getting up to for season?
Nothing much. Watching the Ashes. I've been watching the cricket now. I'm really literally watching the Ashes.
That's all we can, yeah. That and Formula One.
That is absolutely epic viewing. The Ashes.
Epic
viewing.
And you've been able to watch
even Wimbledon starting.
Okay, I'm not much of a tennis fan, but I did watch Breaking Point on Netflix though, so maybe I might be into it. I did watch that shit of the Tour de France, so maybe I might be into cycling too. I don't know, but yeah.
The Brazil one's also good to watch. Huh?
What's Brazil?
The all or nothing, all for nothing. That should actually call your one. David, I should have called your one, not all or nothing, all for nothing.
What did I call your one then?
There's nothing.
Nothing for nothing. Spurs is
nothing for nothing, and yours is all for nothing.
Ours is all in the past.
Well, at least you made finals. You made the FA Cup final. You won a trophy. So
yeah, it's not all, but it's not much, but it's something. It's not much.
Definitely.
I've again also been just keeping myself busy with Wimbledon and like Benny now said F1 and of course the rugby starts tomorrow. But it's not the same. Like you want the football and all that stuff. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Kav, I'll start with you.
Go for it.
Let's start straight with you. You've been, some people call you overcritical. I personally call you a realist. But new coach, you've been very critical of the new coach. Spurs are doing the business. They haven't wasted any time. Are you feeling optimistic going into the new season? I see there are now Van der Ven rumors and Tapsobo coming in. You must choose between the two. How are you feeling about the business you've done? Mano, Solomon, Madison. Come on, you can't be that.
The keeper's in the mix.
And the keeper, We signed
I don't want
the
to
keeper.
butcher his name. That's why I don't want to pronounce it.
He's Italian. He's Italian.
But Okay, so firstly, for those of you that have not followed the drama, I don't expect people to, but just so for those that don't follow Spurs. Okay, so firstly, right? Well, remember we were told Hugo Lloris is that's it, done, not coming back, not going back to Spurs, finished. He's refusing to leave. He wants to be paid out for his contract. He rocked up for training on the first day, and he's trained with the team. Yes, yes,
No, wasn't he supposed? Isn't he linked to Saudi?
he wants to either be paid out by Spurs because I think he's got a year or something left. Because remember at the season ended last year, he was nowhere near after the Newcastle game. Remember we lost 6-1. Halftime was like 5-0 or 4-0,
Yeah,
and he went off injured, never to return. Never came. He was never on the
Fraser
bench
Forster.
ever
Yeah,
again. Fraser Foster, right? And we were told that he's gone, finished. He's said he wants to leave. He wants a new challenge. Rip up my contract. I'm gone. First day of training, guy rocks up, gets out of his car, puts on his training gear, trains with the team. He's trained ever since. And according to him, he never said he's done with Spurs. So look, Spurs is a shit show at the moment. This is a complete and utter shit show that's going on there. Right? Guys refusing to not. Then Lasalso was apparently sold to Villarreal. Then it was no, he's on loan. Um, there's a whole confusion whether he's back at Spurs or not, and who does actually belong to. All the loanees have returned, so he can't get buyers for any of the players. He also made a bit of a mess up before he appointed the new coach, offered Dye a new contract, and a week into it, the coach said, "But I don't want him. You can sell him."
after he
Dye
renewed.
Yes, because Levy gave him
Yeah.
a 3 year contract. At the time, there was no coach in place. So Levy gives the man a 3 year contract, appoints a new coach, and within the first week, the new coach says, "But Dye is one of the people that must be sold." So this is. Let me put you this way: how do I feel about the new coach? I don't know this guy. He's got a reputation of you know playing exciting football. It's the first time that I'm going to actually be watching him. We actually play West Ham, funny enough. It's our first friendly in 2 weeks' time. And as long as he just gives us a glimmer of hope of attacking football, I'll be okay. I'm expecting eighth finish. I'll be happy with eighth, seventh or eighth finish. I'll be happy with
A
if
boy
you want to
hasn't
go.
even been kicked yet, man, and he don't have no intentions
Yes,
of fucking winning the
no,
league or aspirations.
listen.
Never has faced my bro.
No.
Yeah, but
Okay,
let me. So you, sorry, Bram.
Yeah, go for it.
Kevin will say no, it's realistic. I say it's just being a thief because you don't want to say yes, Spurs can win the league or yes, Spurs can get top four,
But
so that we can't hold you to that shit.
That is ridiculous to say because this coach has never coached anywhere outside of Scotland. He coached in China or Japan somewhere and Australian league, right?
In Scotland, yeah.
To have expectations. Brandon Rodgers won the Scottish League. Gerrard won the Scottish League. To have expectations that we could possibly pushing top four. Also with Kane being on the road,
Sharaske.
being sold, right? Um, my only gripe with the last two coaches we had two defensive-minded coaches. Every signing Spurs made was or 95% of our signings were attacking players, right? So we had the wrong combination. We went from a front foot coach in Pochettino, went to Nuno, Jose, and to
Antonio Conte.
right. The rumor has it this guy is a very, very attacking football in the Eddie Howe frame caliber of coaches. So if he is and you can't expect him to automatically get it right from the get go. So we'll have to give him time. If it is that he gets it right, all I expect to see is football played with effort, better defense. They've signed Madison now. I actually think all our returning loan players coming back, if he works with them, we could actually push for fifth place. Because I do
Who's the lone players? Who's the lone players that were gone last season? That's back. That could start this.
I would say Dombley for me. Dombley must start.
Is he back now? He was by Napoli, no?
He's back, and he wants to stay.
Okay.
You've got Brian Gill that won the
Yeah.
right. You've got Regulon. the left back.
Yeah.
He's back. Joe Roden, the centre back from
Okay.
Italy. He's back. Um, I mean, just those four players on its own for me.
Mm.
Strength in numbers.
It's additions to your squad.
Yeah, very, very
It
big
is.
ones. Very, and also if you think of the fact that we've now, this is what they call signings. Eh? We've secured Langley, Porro, and Kulusevski are now finally signed.
And
So
Oh,
Bentancur.
you're right, bro.
no, he was
And
already signed.
Bentancur.
He was already signed.
He was already
But he's
signed.
only back. He's only back in October. So look,
Shit.
I feel that if everybody stays right, um, we could actually if Kane stays with the players that we've got, and this coach is actually as attacking minded as they say there is, yes, then I could be optimistic of a fifth place finish, not a top four, but fifth place. Um, if we get this new centre back, this Van der Ven, then I will actually then I'm really going to say I have outside hopes of fourth place finish because I think him with Romero, um, Porro's going to I think he's adjusting to the Premier League. So if we get one of these two centre backs, Kane stays, then yes, I will say. But if Kane go and new coach,
You
as
can't
just
replace Kane, bruh. There's no replacing Kane if Kane goes. There's
nah,
nobody that's in the market. There's nobody that you'd be able to afford. First of all, there's no one that would that
you can't
quality
buy that
of player.
player.
Uh,
Yeah, you can't
I don't know
buy.
what you're going to do because you made the mistake with Gareth Bale and signed 7 in the place of 1 player,
Yeah, we
and
did
that
it, but
didn't work for you.
only two out of the seven
Oh,
were
yeah,
worth it. Lamela and
yeah,
Ericsson. The
yeah.
other five were there was a guy who
Stramboli.
Stamboli, Stamboli, Peter Chase, Kapui, Etienne Kapui that ended up in Watford.
But yeah, I rated him though. I rated Kapu.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Gav, I
just
want to ask
Maybe
you
not
something.
at Spurs.
Gav, can
he
I ask
was
you something?
decent. Yes,
Are you playing European football this year? Like, are you only getting one game a week?
one game a week. So we don't have our
Then you
passport.
can
I know
get
where you're
top
gonna
four,
go.
bro.
I know where you're gonna go. We don't know. We don't need our passports this year.
No, I
We
wasn't
only
gonna
need
go there.
bus fare.
No,
We
I
only need
wasn't. I
bus
was
fare.
genuinely not gonna go there. I swear down.
Nah,
Maybe
so
they're gonna have to play in Wales. Is there a team from Wales in the league this year? No, there's not. No, so
no.
you don't need Spurs don't need a passport at
You
all.
don't just bus fare. Just bus fare.
Unless they get
Uh,
Cardiff in the fucking
li-
FA Cup.
Pick up. Listen, for me, James Madison signing is. I was telling a friend of mine. Imagine you bring someone from Uppington, and no disrespect to Uppington viewers, and you bring him for the first time in his life to Long Street.
He loses shit.
Is going to be
He's gonna lose his
in
shit.
mind. He'll be there every day of the week,
Oh,
even if
yeah.
he just walks around. I feel that's what's happened here. That
It's like
guy
taking a
knows,
bouillon to a drive-through.
yeah, he knows. He knows World Cup spot. He's never going to get a World Cup spot unless he's wages, right? He's never going to get a World Cup spot. He wasn't going to go to Newcastle because he would have had to fight for his place in that team. At Spurs, he's not going to have to fight for the place. He's going to start. He's a starter.
He's gonna start. He's gonna start. And I think
London,
he's gonna change the system as well. There's no in the old Spurs we were
yeah,
playing last season. There would be no place for James Madison in that team.
there's no place. This now he
Four
knows.
three three.
I'm going to play every game. Bright Lights of London. He's even signed a new contract with that. Since he moved to Spurs, that designer wear with a B balance, Sega balance, what Ballon d'Or, whatever it is.
Balenciaga.
There we go. Man has got a contract as soon as he signed for Spurs. So he's here for the vibes. He's
Oh,
here
yeah.
for the vibes,
He's a
guys.
brilliant signing though. He's a brilliant signing. For all the sentiment signings,
Well,
I rate him at the bottom.
was,
If I had
was,
to rate him,
was it you that said you're going to get 3 good games out of him
yeah.
this season? Yes.
Yep, you will get 3 brilliant games out of Madison for the season.
There we go.
He's not consistent. He's not consistent. He's not consistent. And it's not that he's not a big game player because brother man won the FA Cup. He won the FA Cup. And I think he was,
also last year, no? He did quite well for them.
even though they got relegated. Yeah.
Yeah,
He had good stats at the end of the season.
yeah, he did. But there was a purpose for why he played the way he played because it was to stay up for him to be a prem player. I think he moved to Spurs because he saw, listen, here is a need for someone like me.
Yeah.
But I'd be surprised if he is a Jesse Lingard that went to Forest, and Jesse Lingard is just done with football. I think he is just
Nah,
finished.
he starts out. He's a Dele Alli. Chelsea Lingard.
Yeah,
He had to go to West Ham. You shouldn't have
he
followed
had
the
to
money and
stay
gone to
there.
Nottingham Forest. He had to go to West Ham and not to Nottingham Forest. He followed the money.
He
That's
followed
his
the
big
money.
mistake. He followed the
Yeah,
money, and he followed the money to a team that bought 14, 15
14,
players.
14 players. 14.
Look there.
Serge Aurier was the 15th one that they signed.
Look here. Look here. And in
I think
January they signed Kylo Navas. So
yes.
it was a mistake from the beginning going there. I
I
think he
think
can go to Saudi.
I think he chased also. If I shine at Forest, I will go to the World Cup. And
Yeah.
it didn't work, eh? It didn't
And
work.
the Gareth Southgate,
So,
yes, if you are, it doesn't matter who you play for. If you are on form, you get picked for the World Cup. That's one thing that they can't take away from Gareth Southgate is that he doesn't only
yep.
pick his players from the top 6 in the league. No, he will go as far down as Villa,
So,
as
Cody,
anyone.
Staden, Mings,
Yes,
Kokowski,
Ivan
those guys.
Tony, Ollie
Yes,
Watkins, James
all
Madison is one of them. Declan Rice was one of them.
Rice, baby.
Leave me with that one. Just
So
trying
yeah,
to
David. So just to end off on Spurs. I just I'm okay with Kane going. I'm really okay. I think he needs to let go of this battered relationship. I always say I reference him to he hates me because he loves me. I think he just needs to go. Just literally say, listen, guys, I've done all I could. I would just like to end my career with a trophy, a medal somewhere, and just go. He deserves it. He fully
Where
Now,
did he
if
keep
deserves
going though?
what happens to Spurs? What happens to the Spurs team going to this season if Kane is to go? Whether it be
it.
to Bayern Munich, whether it be
Yeah,
to United.
the same thing they said through the 80s: Hoddle, Waddle, Ordelius, Klinsmann, Sheringham, Bale. We will find someone. We will get the next star that will be sought after in football. We will. It's in our DNA. We will.
Just think about it, Prem, David, I'd like for you. Okay, David's gone. Give me one homegrown striker that has made an impact that Kane has made for any team. Someone that came through the academy, came through the ranks.
At the club or
Any club, at any
um,
club in the league.
I would
Any
I
club
would
in
I
the league.
would I
There's
would
not
go
one.
as
I mean,
far I'd go as far as saying
Michael Owen is the last one for
the
me.
yeah the two local strikers Foul and Owen for me.
We lost it. We lost the Michael Owen play.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, but
nobody.
I mean,
There's
but I
no
mean,
team now in the academy as a number 9 that is gonna come through the ranks and be Harry Kane.
true,
That
true,
he
true.
is a unique, special player because
Exactly.
for him to come through the ranks at Spurs, to score the amount of goals that he has, to prove his consistency that he has. I mean,
Yeah,
he's arguably top 3 strikers in world football for the last 5 seasons. He scored more than 30 in the last how long? How many? There's no replacing Harry Kane. There's no
no, you
replacing
what
Harry Kane. And I feel like if you lose him, you can say goodbye to almost any aspiration or ambition that you had for the upcoming season because you can't replace him.
Dad, I'll actually tell you. Dad, I'll actually say, whenever we are as low as what we are, we win a trophy. I can see us
Fuck,
winning a
when was
trophy.
that?
Remember 2008? We were in a transition.
Yeah,
2008,
under Wande Ramos,
we were
right?
in a transition. Yeah,
Under
remember?
Wande Ramos, yeah.
And we ended up beating Chelsea in the final. And that paved the way for like the likes of Genius came to Spurs, carried those people after that. So whenever because we always had optimism under Pochettino, Spurs were spoken as they maybe could. We are at our
Spurs was the
lowest
team under
low.
Poch. Spurs was a team that was feared under Poch.
Yeah,
Everybody
we are
feared
now
Tottenham.
we are now at our lowest low. And
Yeah.
whenever we're at our lowest low, we end up going on cup runs and winning a trophy. And then we say next year's our year, and then it's another 20 years after that. Look, I'll be
So
honest
it's
with you.
the season for that.
Yes, I can see us winning one of the cups. Be it the FA
I,
Cup
I
or the,
don't
or
I
the,
don't dispute that. I don't dispute
I
that.
can
And
see,
I'm actually very excited for this coach. To be honest with you, because you had the elite world beaters, you had the Mourinho's, the Contes, you had the brilliant coaches within the league in the
we signed um very well looked after golf fives, but golf bought out golf sevens, guys. But we signed Mourinho and Conte were finished. They
Nah,
finished.
you can't say that, bro.
I'd
I
say
just
they
think
are.
like I told you, I wouldn't
Do
want
you
him at
recall?
United, bruh.
Do you recall? Do you recall? Sorry to cut you, Benny. I think I don't know if it was on the Reds table or on your pod where I said Jose Mourinho will win you cup after cup, season after season. He'll never win a league title ever again. He'll
Why would
never
you
win
say
a league
that?
title because
Why
his
would
I
you say
remember.
that?
I remember
his
you saying
football.
that.
I said that if you want to win the World Cup, Jose Mourinho will win it for you. He'll win you the World Cup because his football is geared at over 90 minutes. But you can't play that football for 38 games in the season and expect to be in the top two in a league title. You are going to get found out being defensive. And same as with Conte's type of football. Both those coaches will win you the World Cup. You give them 7 games, three group games, and then the 4 games leading to the final. They'll win it for you. And Jose's proven it. He won't win the Champions League. You'll win the Euro. If you are in the Europa League or even the Champions League knockout stages and you fire your coach and you need someone, hire Jose Mourinho, you'll win it. He'll win you the Champions League. Because he sets up for 2 legs. He'll know how I'm gonna combat you. You can bring whoever you want to up against him. His football will take you into extra time. He'll frustrate you and he'll beat you.
It's
He'll
a
beat you.
pain to watch for fans. I've been Jose Mourinho under him. It is painful to watch as fans, bro.
Guys, even
Watch
his
90
even his
minutes of your
how
no,
bad
bro.
was Roma? How bad was Roma in that final? No, they literally played for 5 minutes, and then he
And,
moaned about losing on penalties.
mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
I admire the way they defended Devi. Roma that
Me
night
also.
was
I
that
also
was
did,
a
bro.
masterclass of defending. Whatever Seville threw at them, they had every answer, but they had no intention of going forward with the ball. Seville just
He
could
had
not
nothing.
break
Yeah.
them down, and they scored an own goal to take the game into extra time. Own goal got the game into extra time. So I'll say again, we would have won the League Cup if we didn't fire Jose before the final against City. I think we would have beaten City.
Okay. And you
And
hate
I don't
Tottenham
know.
forever for that. To sack him
Yeah,
before that. No. I think he
true.
deserved that at least. But it
But
was
yeah,
a big
like
fucking
I,
Mourinho.
I, I'm excited. If we get another defender, I'll take fifth place. If we get that Van der Veen, the guy's
Say no
electrifying me
more.
quick. Let's
Say
move
no
on to
more.
Benny. I think we've
Yeah, let's move
spoken
on to
enough.
Benny. So you're tired now. Yo, look how depressed he
Okay.
looks, Benny. Man.
By the time you get to me,
I
I'm
don't
gesukt, bro.
know.
I'm
Yo,
slurring
look
don't
up.
how he
know
looks
what to
down now, man.
expect.
Let's
I don't
move
know
on
what
to
to
Benny,
expect
man.
of the season. Really. I don't know.
For you, another one, Benny. Let's come on to you. Let's
No,
talk
this
about
is very nice. Puplas, this is not paid, sponsored, or anything like that. It's just very fucking nice.
You will need it, my brother. Anyway, let's start with
I've
Mason
got a,
Mount.
I've got a question. I've got a question for Benny.
Go
Benny,
ahead.
do you think that that if if Daniel Levy was not our chairman, do you think United would have really made a serious bid for Kane?
Yes, and I don't
Oh,
think that
yeah.
they're not going to. I don't think they're not going to. I think
No, they
that they
won't.
might still
They
be.
won't. No, they won't. Remember,
It's more hope than anything else now.
I remember it's out there. United will not deal with Levy. They won't. Because
They
he straight
refuse
said,
to, yeah.
I want 160, I want my money up front, not like you did with the last few transfers. Remember, United want to do the same as the Arsenal West Ham thing. We'll pay you X amount now, and then we'll pay you the other X amount off.
Yeah, but that is how every transfer is made, Bram. It's
Most
not
transfers
just
are like
yeah.
that, though.
99.9% of transfers is made like that.
Exactly.
Remember, he was the one of the first.
He's close paid.
He was one of the first chairmen that came out with this. Like, we signed Les Ferdinand for 8 million from Newcastle. We broke the transfer like this down. He told Les Ferdinand, your 8 million, I'm going to split over your salary over 5 years. And Les Ferdinand played for us for 5 seasons. That was the 8 million. And that's what he did. So United learned from him and wanted to do the same thing with the Berbatov signing. And he said, no, I want my money. And they said, okay, we'll pay you. And United paid him off in installments. And
Yeah.
since then, he said, I'll never deal with you
Yeah,
ever
it was
again.
32 million if I won't,
Yeah,
if I remember
and
properly.
that's why even Ferguson said he'll never ever go back to dealing with Daniel Levy. Never.
Yeah.
And Levy said,
So
don't ever.
there's the answer to your question, but if it wasn't for Levy, Kane would have been a United player by now.
He would.
If it wasn't for Levy,
Ah,
Kane would have been a
but-
City player last season.
For me,
He,
either United or City, definitely.
he won't go to City, they have Haaland. He won't go to Chelsea, they have
Alderweireld
No, but now, I mean,
Alderweireld would
before
have signed for
but
United
before
if
Haaland,
it
they
wasn't
wanted
for
him,
Levy.
right?
Yes. And the Mourinho, yes,
100%.
he wanted Alderweireld.
Yes. And Levy
So,
said if they come
Anyway,
with 75 mil, we can talk.
yeah, madness. Look at where is he now?
say no more. Manchester United, Benny Blanco, Mason Mount has come in. There's been a whole lot of uproar about this number 7 jersey being given to him. Personally, for me, jersey numbers died a long time ago. I can tell you straight up, the day we gave William Gallas number 10, my head was fucking gone. And even last year we gave Edward and Kitty Kitty number 14. So for me, jerseys, I mean, one of the best rugby
Emil Smith Rowe number 10, huh? Emil Smith Rowe is
and
your
he didn't
number
even
10.
play, and he didn't even play last year. So
Exactly.
I don't care about numbers. I mean, you only have to look at what number Trent Alexander-Arnold wears, so nobody even cares. But what have you made of the uproar, and what do you think Mason Mount brings to United?
But look, the number 7 is not any number 7. It's a very iconic number, especially for Manchester United. And it's a number that most of our legends wore. But it looks more like a curse now. If you look at those that had it after, Cristiano Ronaldo, Alexis Sanchez, Michael Owen, Antonio Valencia, Angel Di Maria, Memphis Depay, everybody that went on to not shine for United, to not live up to their potential, to not be the player that we thought we were signing. Honest to God, I don't think that Mason Mount needs this pressure, but I'm glad because I really thought that it would have gone to Garnacho, and I think that's the last thing that he needs now, is that pressure, that number 7 jersey. So with Mount, I said that it was something that enticed him during negotiations, and I know that it's not a signing that would excite a lot of United fans, but it's a perfect player for the system that Ten Hag wants to produce at United. He's very athletic, he's extremely versatile. He can play as a number 8, he can play as a number 6. He has goals, he has assists, and the best thing about him is what he does when the team is not in position. And that's what Erik Ten Hag wants and what this team actually needs. We know that he'll be replacing Christian Eriksen, who, as brilliant as he is, does not have the legs to play a full 90.
And just joking.
Yeah, it's a cut. It's a cut joke, but anyways, they call him the resurrection, and that's for a reason. So the resurrection cannot play for more than 90 minutes, for more than 60 minutes. And if you see, like in the big games against City, the hidings that we got, we were outrunning midfield. That's not going to happen under Mason Mount. And with him, the first one through the door, we are happy because getting a signing now for United is like gold dust because we still don't know what the fuck is happening with our owners. We don't know who's going to take over. There's been speculation for the past 8 months. And we are deep into the transfer window. But even so, even if we do get Qatar and all their billions, doesn't mean that we have an open pot and we can sign who we want. FFP
maybe in the long run, but not now.
Not now, not this season now. And that is because of past failures. That is because of signing the likes of Maguire at 80, Sancho at 75. All of those signings, and since 2013, since Ronaldo, in fact, who have we actually made a profit on? Signing and selling wise. The only one so far is Dan James. We signed for 15 and sell for 25. United are putrid at selling players. And they are paying now for past mistakes and past fuck-ups because the club was run bad. If you look at it, United in the transfer window would not... A transfer window would not have been a success for United if they did not sign that marquee or star. And that marquee or star was always, if you look at it, the problem within the dressing room and the problem with United. Not to pinpoint that exactly, but that was a big factor in why United struggled. I mean, if you look at the marquee signings over the seasons, and we have made a U-turn from that, and if you look at our signings made last season, brilliant, each and every single one. Each and every single one was a tick. So I have full faith in Erik Ten Hag, and I have full faith that he will get who he needs in this team. He doesn't need stars. Erik ten Hag doesn't need a marquee signing if you look at the players that were linked to it. Onana changes the game for United. A keeper that can play out from the back, as confident as he is with his feet, both feet, distribution to anywhere on the pitch is exactly what Erik needs. Is exactly what this United team needs. Onana at the back, Alessandro Martinez in front of him. Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno, or Mason Mount. I mean, gents, that is creativity to die for. The only thing now is we need a proper number 9. Steph's not going to be Kane, Steph's not going to be Osimhen because that would be our entire budget. And I think we showed a CDM as a backup. So the signing that we linked with Amrabat, I'm very happy with that. So if we get Rasmus Holland from Atalanta, would be, I'm hearing as a swap for Mason Greenwood.
Greenwood, yeah.
So Greenwood would go there on loan, but it would be part of the deal to get Højlund to United. He's a good backup. He's a good backup at a very young age. I think he's 21 now.
21, yeah.
He's 21.
Better than Wank Vegas, though. He's better than Wank Vegas.
Yes. Look, bro, with Vegas now, no United can begrudge Vegas. He's quality for Manchester United, but he played with everything. Everything. Give me one Spurs player that played with that amount of desire and passion. Not even fucking
from you, Benny, when you step out on the football pitch. Minimum desire and work ethic. Don't come to me with that. What is a striker's job? Come down.
Bruh, yeah, yes, you guys will rate him on the goals. You will say that he was a flop.
Okay, I know why I'm laughing. Remember when we had the show and they spoke about Vegas and Penny said, yes, he was my choice, and we both said
nobody's choice. Don't lie, Brand. Brand is evidence for this.
You spoke about his work rate. You spoke about his
pressing from the
and
front.
all of it, and I said, "There's no way you would have been any United fans' choice of striker would have been him."
No, he wouldn't, and he's not. That's why we didn't sign him permanently. If he had to score 10 goals in that time, you would have gotten his contract because he's a brilliant backup number 9 option. But so I think Rashford will get the chance at number 9 this season. I think he deserves it. I don't know what they're going to do with that left wing. That left wing will probably go to Sancho. Ahmad will probably stay. Depends on preseason. The team is not that bad. We're not that much signings of being a proper team. What I've always said the whole of last season was Manchester United has a brilliant starting 11, but not much more. That starting 11 didn't play much together the whole of last season. And
like
when they did, our top 11. And when they do play together, they're literally capable of beating any team in the league, any team in the world on their day. So we were consistent in a way. We had our hidings. I will maintain we had our hidings last season, and it was to be expected. I said that before the season started, and I said that after every single hiding we got, that it will be ups and downs, but we have been consistent in a way, especially defensively. Because, I mean, with 7 no hidings, 6-3 to City, we still won. Our keeper still won the clean sheet, the Golden Glove. So there has been that consistency. And Erik ten Hag had to scrap his entire style of play or plans for the season after the first 2 games of the season. And he had to work with what he had. He did it brilliantly, I think. I think that the season that we had last season was more than we as United fans expected. We all knew that it would take time with him. 100%. It would take time with him, but the one thing that we saw, especially from the season before that, was there was progress. There was progress. There was a style of play. There was identity. And there was that harmonious feeling that was back at the club. It was more like a family.
What was the style of play?
High press. Fast to the front. High press and fast to the front. We didn't have it under Rangnick. We didn't have it under Solskjaer also. With Solskjaer, it was more wingers, cross, hope for the best. Now we played. Sometimes look at the goals that United scored this season, and you tell me if you don't see a style of play.
I'm only talking the big games now. No? I'm only talking the big games.
No, I'm talking about the entire season. Look for the big games. For the big games, you don't always play the way you want to play. For the big games, you have to play what is in front of you. The games that you see that your team is not going to dominate, it takes a coach with maturity to accept that. We are not going to dominate this game. We're not going to play our style of play because We are vulnerable here, there, and there, and there. Remember, this is not Eric's team. This is a team that he inherited, made a few signings, and there we go. We signed Sabitzer on loan in January and Vejos. So it's not an Eric team as of yet. I said give him at least 3 seasons. I want to have 3 summer windows before we can really judge Eric. Before we can really judge. Mikel Arteta got that. He almost won the fucking league.
I can hear that. I can hear
So this
that.
team, the team is identity of him. It is a reflection of him. Eric doesn't have that at United yet, but the team is not that far off. We're not that far off. We're not 7 signings away from being a proper team. That's exactly how I feel.
The thing I want to ask you is, do you think the Gaia has been disrespected?
Yes.
He's still not right to
No. He's
because
right.
you're a massive Gaia fan, given a lot of what you had, right?
He's wrong in the moral way. You know, I'm a mass fan of David De Gea. I rate him extremely, and I think that since he's been there, he's been our best player. He's been the most consistent player, but he's also very fallible. He's also not a keeper that is suited to the style that the manager wants to play. We want to play out from the back. David De Gea is not that guy. They could have dealt with it better. I don't think that he knew that Onana would be available. Because if Onana wasn't I think David De Gea would have extended his contract and they would have given him not the salary that he was on at least, but something to keep him motivated and basically our number one. If we sign Onana, he will not be our number one. We can't have a keeper that is a backup earning the amount of money that David De Gea was earning also. So if you take the moral standpoint, it was wrong. But if you look at the business view, it's right. Because in football, managers pay for loyalty. That's exactly why Jurgen Klopp paid for this season. He left his rebuild a season too late. And you could see with last season exactly why. So you need to be ruthless in this game.
100%.
And Erik ten Hag has shown that, especially with Cristiano Ronaldo, he is ruthless. And it's my way or the highway. So I trust him 100%. And if David De Gea is, what do they call it? There's a word for it, man. Collateral damage. If he is collateral damage for the sake of the season and the sake of a better style of football for United, then so be it. I have no loyalty to no one but the club. I have no loyalty to the one that puts on that shirt because we have been let down too many times. And this fan club puts players above the entire club. Always. Not me, my man. You won't get that from me. So David De Gea, as brilliant as he has been for United, is not going to be the key to take us to that next level. With all due respect to David De Gea, he's been brilliant. He's been our best player since he's been there. Man has won a league as well. So no disrespect to David De Gea. I still rate him as one of the top 5 goalkeepers in the world. At shot-stopping level, he's unmatched. So it's sad, but it's necessary.
At shot-stopping level. I like the way you changed that. But carry on. Sorry.
I'm not happy. I am sad. I'm not happy. I am sad, but I see why. I see the bigger picture. That's all.
Bram, you were going to come in here before I so rudely interrupted.
No. I was agreeing with him. I'm a big fan of David De Gea. I think he's a very good goalkeeper, if not one of the best in the world. But like Benny said, players will take contracts here, there, and everywhere. I would say
Bram, he was under 175 a week, Bram. Bram, as a goalkeeper, this man for 4 seasons was earning 375 a week. So now, if he's going to be a backup keeper, what do you think would be a reasonable salary?
The richest backup keeper in the world.
Exactly. Exactly. That is why there was a contract on the table that he verbally agreed. But when they found out the availability of Onana, the contract was taken back. I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that because if you look at it, at the end of the day, Onana is an upgrade on David De Gea. And if they do get Onana,
I'm probing you to say that it's an upgrade.
He's an upgrade. He's an upgrade solely because of his confidence in playing from the back.
375 sit on a bench, my bro.
No, you can't. No, you can't. And that's what Chelsea had with Mendy and Kepa Arrizabalaga. That exact same problem. We have basically two number ones, and none of them can shine because you don't have that backup role. That's the backup role that supports the number one. You have two that wants to be number one. That's not a good thing. That competition, especially for goalkeepers, where there's one spot out of 11, is not a good thing. You need your backup keeper to support your number one. You need to make sure that you have a number one. United had that problem with David Ayer and Dean Henderson. Dean Henderson was apparently promised to be the number one. He got COVID. And when he got COVID, David Ayer stepped up basically and was world class in 5, 6, 7 games. And he's never seen the jersey again. That's not going to happen again.
I get you. I personally would like two quality goalkeepers, but I mean, we had it the same with I think it was Ramsdale and Leno. Yeah, 2 seasons ago.
Yeah,
I mean, Leno decided I need to leave. I can't sit here on the bench. So I fully get it. And look at it like this: how many?
Martin is the same. Martinez is brilliant. I think at the time when Martinez left, I think he was your best goalkeeper.
Exactly.
At least better than Leno.
He was better. He was better than Leno, 100%. And look at it like it's not even City. Look at City. What Zach, Stefan, or whatever that brew is. But it's just he doesn't get put under pressure because City play a dominating style. They control the ball, that type of thing.
When he comes in, he doesn't have to work.
Exactly.
That's not the case for United. That's not the case for Arsenal. That's definitely not the case for Spurs.
Nah, it's a case for us. We have a cut Tina Turner standing there, bro.
But to be honest with you, can I come in now to Arsenal? I feel personally that Arsenal has so far bossed the window. The players that you signed is quality. The timing of your signings, you're getting them all in before pre-season. That is extremely important for me.
I still have one more question.
What you need?
Pause, we're coming there. Don't
Sorry,
worry.
I'm drunk or so.
That's fine. We're coming there. I just want to wrap up on United. Then we go to Chelsea.
My bad.
We're coming there. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get there. That's a long discussion because I can see Bram set up and went to go fetch him an ANC. Before, if you get Mount, Onana, Amrabat, and Hoyland over the line, what would your expectations be for the next season?
Not winning the league, I'm not there yet. I don't think we're there yet. I think we need to give Eric more time, but definitely top 4 and a nice run in the Champions League. We've done very well in the Europa. I'm not talking about only getting to the semi-final. I'm talking about the way we played in the Europa and the teams that we beat and how we beat them. That was for me brilliant last season. Yes, we lost.
I've got a question, Benny. When you finish.
Okay. So I would think a nice run in the Champions League, maybe quarter semis. We're not gonna win it though. I would think top 4 in the league would make me very happy. And a nice either FA Cup or League Cup. I think we will get, because what I do notice is Eric is about the trophies. He loves winning trophies. And he is that type of manager that will push his entire team the entire season. We've seen it last season. I feel that Eric, maybe in the games, maybe in the starting 11, once or twice he made a mistake. But overall, he got everything that he was supposed to. The decisions that he had to make, he got most of them right. I'm happy for that. So, to answer your question, maybe top 4, a nice run in the Champions League, and either the FA Cup or a League Cup. That is the standards that I set. I don't think we're going out to win the league. I think we're still a bit behind City. I think every team in this league is a bit behind City. And if you look at the hierarchy of where we are now, and especially with the window that Arsenal have, I think that they are by far 1 and 2. Liverpool made 2 brilliant signings in McAllister and I'm not even going to say that thief's name. Shabashly. That motherfucker. Where they needed, they also did a lot of deadwood clearing, which was brilliant. Which they needed.
Actually, while we are. I think
so.
I actually think
I've got a question. Benny, if you were to sign a striker, would you go for a homegrown striker, and who? And obviously, you said outside of the Premier League, who you would.
Are you asking me now my fantasy? Are you asking my fantasy?
No. I'm just asking if you had to get realistically, if you had to get the striker in the Prem, who would it be? Which striker? And if you already answered outside of the Premier League, the guy from Atalanta, you'd like to have him there.
Okay, but the guy from Rasmus Holland would not be my first choice. My first choice would obviously be Harry Kane, because he guarantees you 30 goals even in a weak Spurs team. So that's goals guaranteed. Man, I'm
AJ.
I am the one, I am the one. Everybody duck. My pawns on my echo wood, then a loaded gun. I don't need to stun, cause I am the one. I do this for fun, I do this for fun. I am the one, I am the